People, Kumo and I are pissed. Why, you ask? Well, let me share with you. He gets up this morning, does his usual research routine. He has a fondness for automotive news. They do a very nice job, our friends over there. He shows me this headline: new car loans lasting 73 months to 84 months soar. Let me repeat that. 73 months, in other words, 6 years, 84 months, in other words, 7 years, soar. Now, we're further mad about this because this headline came out, 2 weeks after we put out that episode with the GTS espousing the virtues of buying a car like that using the financial principles of a guy like Dave Ramsey. So today, I'm going to yell a little bit, and we're going to talk about why this is a huge problem. So he had to peel me off the ceiling this morning after the coronary I had reading through some of these incredibly disturbing numbers. Let me start. So in 2009, the percentage of new vehicle loans that were over 6 years was 11.7%. Pretty bad, right? Well, take a wild guess what it is through February of 2017. Almost 34%. 1/3 of new cars that are being sold today in the U.S. go out on 6 to 7 year loans. For those of you that are still licking your wounds over the election or pissing and moaning about Paris Accords, you need to pay attention to this. This is the kind of stuff that sinks entire economies. Let's read on, shall we? We'll go to the next point. They go on to saying that the bucket of the 84-month people in that 34%, it's grown from way back in 2010. It used to be 17.1%. Now it is almost 30% of that third of new car sales. If that is not disturbing to you, let me explain to you why it should be disturbing to you. So I will be the first one to admit, no matter how much I love cars, they are depreciating assets. There's a way in which to acquire them. As I said before, we're going to do a whole leasing episode for those of you that are complaining about leasing. Trust me, we'll get to that. But this is a depreciating asset. Why on God's green earth would you finance a depreciating asset for 7 years knowing that virtually all of the value will be gone in 5? Now, I was concerned over this, so I decided to roll into my local credit union. You guys know I'm a bit of a cheapskate, so yes, I bank with a credit union, and I'm very proud to do so because they're wonderful people. Well, I sat down and I said to them, would you believe this? They look at me like I'm the idiot because it's worse than what's in here. So they tell me that not only is this true, that most people want these longer terms, but they tell me that people that are under 35 years old never ask what the interest rate is, only what their payment is. What's worse, when they come in, they say, how can I get my payment cheaper? They don't care about money saved, they don't care about the interest rate, they don't care about the total cost. Remember what I said in that Dave Ramsey episode? This is a lovely car, people. This is a fantastic vehicle to drive. Depending on when you're watching this, you should go watch this episode because we've had some good times with the G90, both with this V8 as well as the V6. But guess what? You're not buying a car payment, you're buying a car. That's what I need to get through to everybody here and say, this is not a per month scenario, this is the overall cost. And the point is, you need to think about your net worth, not, oh my God, how cool am I going to look at a light because I'm paying $600 a month for a fancy car. You're never going to see that person again. Let's get back to the numbers. So I'm sitting in my fancy credit union, and they're not only telling me that people don't care about the interest rates, they say, yes, over 35, 40 years old, they always ask about the interest rate. But here's the thing. Most people not putting money down on cars, and the ones that are going for these ridiculous, like net worth ending type terms of 73 to 84 months, they're not getting what's called gap insurance. So that means if they were to drive off the lot with that car or drive away from the parking lot of the credit union and they total the car, they're on the hook for the difference between what it's worth and what they owe. Now here's something even more disturbing. After I recovered from the second coronary that I had in the lobby of that credit union, they then tell me that most people come in for refis after doing terms like this, so they're like 2-3 years into it, and they're looking for a lower payment, not to lower their interest rate or to pay off the car. God forbid you pay off the car. They want a refi, but then go to another one of these 6 to 7 year loans, thus making it like a 10-year repayment term on a vehicle. Now do you understand why I'm ridiculously concerned about this? Why there is so much wrong with this? The only, if you could call it a bright spot, is the default at my credit union on car loans, they said, is stupidly low because most people will default on their credit cards, their personal loans, their homes, before they will default on the car because they got to get to work, they say. I got another idea for you. Instead of buying a car you can't afford, why don't you go out, get a hoopty, put some money in the bank so you can go get a better car, and then work some more, save some more money, buy another better car. Kind of like I showed you in the Dave Ramsey episode where I went from a crappy 90,000 mile Pontiac Fiero that had a slipping clutch that I had to go and replace the clutch myself. And remember, that was a mid-engine car, not an easy job, and turned that into what? A couple of Lotus Elises, all paying cash. Now with that, people, I'm going to clarify a few things. Number one, yes, I may be a pissed off New Yorker, but it is complete stupidity like this that boils my blood. Number two, yes, I may be a cheapskate, but number three, most important, I am a car guy first, and I want all of you to get a super cool car, but I want you to do it the right way. Hell, if it were up to me, you'd all be driving a Lotus Elise or a Porsche 911 Targa, only on offer in manual transmissions. Yes, even if you have children. Now, the reason why I bring this kind of stupidity to your attention is because I want you to get that cool car, but I don't want you to sacrifice your net worth in the future. I don't want you to have to wake up every day when you're 75 saying, would you like fries with that? So now I'm going to turn this around to you guys, and I'm going to leave you with a question I have never left you with before, and I need you to be honest. Have you financed your car? And if you have, what term have you financed it for? And then number three, and this is most important, I don't care if it's dollars, euros, pounds, or shekels, what percentage of the total vehicle cost did you put down on the car? And be honest with me. Let me know in the comments below or via our social media, MotoManTV all one word, MotoManTV all one word, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And with that, I'm going to leave you with two things. Please unsubscribe from us and then resubscribe, click notifications. This is how much YouTube has butchered the platform. Almost as stupid as, actually probably more stupid than this, YouTube has butchered the platform. And number two, I'm going to leave you guys with a fun fact. You know what? I don't even have a fun fact because I'm so pissed off at this.